But also even more further to that, if you're traveling with family.
Yes, with children, with your partner, yeah.
And like it can be tricky now if you didn't get an opportunity to select your seat and you're all scattered throughout the aircraft and now you're asking folks to move and they're entitled to say no.
Yeah, those families stress me out. I'm like, why are y'all doing this? And then the grandma walking back and forth because this is too much. Why aren't y'all together? Why is the mom over here, one kid over here, the dad over here, two kids over here, the grandmom and the grandma up front? So then dad and mom keep going up there. What is happening? Please. And again, I've often traveled by myself. Even if I'm traveling with a group, I'm fine with like, I'll see y'all in the airport. I'll see y'all when we get on. Like, don't give me anxiety with all that back and forth. You can tell when it's a family who was trying to save the money. And I get it, because family travel can be expensive.
It adds up,
but you can... Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel,
Fly, Sexy.
I'm your co-host, Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host, Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love French.
Period. Okay, guys. Now, we know y'all want to save. You know, last week we talked all about saving on your flights. But we also warned you about trying to save too much with them basic economy flights.
Yes.
And the things that you're sacrificing when you're booking them.
Absolutely.
So this episode is going to compare basic economy flights to main cabin or premium economy flights and giving you the tips and the tools to make educated decisions when you book your flights. Because we don't want you to not have all the things you need or pay more in the long run.
Yeah, because that's really what it is. You're going to pay more.
Yeah. So stick around if you're still like, basic economy, main cabin, not sure.
Or if you don't even know what we're talking about.
That part too.
And you're like, what are they talking about?
Because we're going to do a deep dive today. And hopefully by the end of the episode, you will walk away feeling more equipped to make informed decisions at checkout.
Absolutely.
But before we jump into all of that, a little bit of goddess mail from our inbox to yours. What's going on in the world of travel, Jazz?
Technology is just truly progressing. So India has recently introduced that they will be doing flying taxis. Ultimately from their like busiest city. Yeah. So like the most congested city, they are going to be implementing flying taxis to, you know, get you from the airport to the city. So you're not adding more to the roads. Yeah. But it's just crazy because like that's very Jetsons.
Flying taxi.
Like, and I mean, that's where we're at.
Flying.
Yeah.
Mini helicopters.
Yeah.
Or helicopters already in mini planes. So helicopters in the sky. Like, but I also read that they were going to be electric. So it's like
an electric car, but just going up over the traffic.
Mind blown. Yes. And to your point, the Jetsons tried to tell us. Yeah. And we looked at that show it was like, what? You can't. And I actually
robots are in the home, honey.
Really enjoyed that show. But
we
now
got robots
it's
in the
all
home.
True.
Come on, Alexa.
Literally. It's
happening.
The iRobot cleaning. The like
Echo. You know.
Yes. Siri, everything. Wow.
I talk to my TV. Like,
that's pretty neat. Now, I will say, as someone who has visited India, this is necessary.
Yeah, because it is very congested.
Oh my gosh, the traffic in India is crazy. Like, to put it into perspective, there are 7 billion people on planet Earth. There are 1 billion of them in India. I think it's like 1.2. Like,
jeez.
Crazy.
So many.
So the traffic is out of control. So I understand why they have opted to try to figure out.
They said, we're going to get around this. In the sky. we finna get around this. I'm interested to see if it works effectively there and if it'll be extended to other countries and what that's going to look like, going into the next maybe 5 to 10 years.
That's crazy.
But it is happening in India. So if you're trying to get in a flying taxi,
I don't know how I feel. I definitely don't want to be in a pilot. like in the first few.
Oh yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Because only like the electric component also mixed with like, because this is just me
so
and my
things.
this is my random brain, because I'm like, if there's any pilots that listen to this podcast, please help me, because I'm trying to understand, when you're trained as a pilot in now this new age of electric vehicles, and now they're trying to put electric aircrafts, if you will, in the sky. Is that a part of training? Do you have to be retrained? Like, is that a separate certification? That's more where my technical brain goes. Like, how does that work? Or do you just, like, if you're a pilot, you just fly this thing?
So the way that I'm envisioning it, and obviously we'll figure it out once it's like a thing, I feel like it might not go all the way in the sky.
Right.
I feel like you might not
more.
have to be like an official pilot. I think you probably just have to like pass this extra driving test.
That's insane. Don't speculate like that.
And to me it just feels like
now
taxis.
You're telling me I could just go grab
like 2 levels above. Like they just went up a couple stories.
No.
That's what it felt like. I don't feel like that, but we will see.
If you've ever been in a New York taxi, you do not want any of those drivers.
That's what I'm like. It's giving Uber. It's giving Uber, and you just you get certified. And you just be driving a flying taxi now.
It cannot. Please do not. But at the same time, who knows? Because so many things seem to be
a la carte, just freestyling.
They seem to be like, it's okay in this day and age.
Uber. Like, I'm like, who are these people?
Exactly. Like, we actually...
And apparently pilots, too, because we talked about that
Frontier.
a few episodes ago. Where it's like, okay, no qualifications to do these things anymore.
This is very true. We have become a very lax
society.
So we will see. Anybody can do anything
if you put your mind to it.
Oh my goodness. Well, with that being said, anybody can make any decision, but if you decide to choose basic economy over main cabin when you're booking your flights, you best be prepared.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's jump into today's topic. What to know about basic economy flights versus main cabin flights.
Mm-hmm.
So before we can tell you like what to know and how to do it, you need to know what they are, right?
Exactly.
So a main cabin ticket. This ticket generally allows you to have a carry-on. Mm-hmm. It allows you to select your seat in advance and also to make reservation changes. And if you are familiar with the post-pandemic way of travel, many of the airlines, almost all at this point, did away with change fees or cancellation fees to be able to better support the passenger, the consumer. So with main cabin, you do have that option. And like I said generally allows carry-on because...
Yeah, sometimes it could be a check bag.
Yeah,
it depends on the airline.
Yeah, it depends on but generally you get your carry-on with that main cabin.
Yes. Now, basic economy, on the other hand, it's none of those things. So basic economy, which has kind of been recently implemented across all airlines, because before it was really not everyone was doing basic economy.
Right.
It was just economy. But now everyone stepped into the era of cheaper flights, cheaper travel, people looking into that. So every airline now offers a cheaper option.
Yes.
Which is basic economy. So basically it comes with limitations. Often your bag may not be included. You will probably have to pay for your bag, whether a carry-on or a check-on. Your seat selection is not included. And that's across the board. You do not get to choose your seat. Whether a budget airline or an American JetBlue type of thing, United. So you also don't really have the option to always pay for that option.
That's true.
Sometimes the limitations, depending on the airline, you don't even get to pay for your seat. You just get assigned your seat at boarding. Exactly. So you just get what they give you. Unlike like a Frontier or Spirit, where regardless you have that option to pay. Sometimes if you purchase basic economy, you don't even get to pay for that option. So that's something you want to read, because you might say, oh, I'll go for the cheaper price now and pay the extra stuff later. Later might not be an option.
Later might not be an option, certainly depending on the airline.
Exactly. So a lot of those limitations to what main cabin offers.
Yes. And I will say, well, I guess we'll say it later, so I'll save it in terms of like the bags that you mentioned. But yeah. So those are the two differences between main and basic. But let's dive deeper into the inclusions and the exclusions,
right,
so that you can know if you need these things, how to book your flights.
Right.
So first things first, with basic economy flights, you're typically going to be in the last boarding group. So your boarding group is definitely reflected based on the ticket that you choose. So if you feel like, all right, I got this carry-on and I really want to get it on the plane, that last seat or last group, depending on,
may have to check them.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's Philly to Miami, baby, the last group, you probably gonna check it because everybody got to carry on, and everybody didn't put it in the bin from groups 1 through 7. And if you in 8 and 9, the chances are slim.
Absolutely.
Now, luckily, in many of those cases, the check, the gate check is complimentary because the overhead bin is now run out. But you may want to save yourself the hassle of that.
Yes, please don't take my bag.
Yeah. Now, this is not the case, I must mention, if you have the airline's credit card, like if you're a card holder, or if you have status with the airline. So either of those two things will kind of
push you up,
offset some of the basic economy limitations. And I've seen this personally with American.
Same.
Yep. So even though I may have booked a basic economy flight knowing this little hack, I was still able to be in a group 4, and I was still able to select my seat because of my status. So keep that in mind as you go along.
Yeah, I agree. I've dealt with that where I'm like, I still was in like a higher group versus like the last 2 groups, but I paid the cheapest price.
Yes.
So basic economy price savings, because that is really why you're looking to book basic economy. So on average, you're saving about $70 per ticket. Which is drastic, you
and
know,
it adds up as well.
It does add up, you know. So if you're taking a bunch of quick trips, you know, basic economy may be the way, especially if you're traveling with a personal item and it's maybe a day trip or a weekend trip, or if you're using like a takeoff type of item. Basic economy is obviously more considerable, but like Tosh said, if you need that overhead, that $70 is going to make a difference if you have to pay for your bag or pay for your seat versus your bag and seat being included with that extra $70.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely do the math. Do the math, because in some cases, once you've decided to opt for the basic economy, but then you start going and adding all these little nuances, you spent
way more.
You spent it.
Yep, you could have paid that $70 at the front end round trip versus $70 both ways on the back end or more.
It has happened. It has happened, and it probably will continue to happen because y'all don't know I'm listening. But that's okay. Next up is seat selection. So we just kind of briefly mentioned it, but with main cabin tickets, generally you can select your seat. With basic economy tickets, you generally cannot select your seat. And more importantly to that, you will not be able to get like upgrades and stuff like, or the, what do you call it? The exit rows, like none of those things apply. Like you just got to rock with whatever. And usually they put basic economy in the middle seat. I'm going to tell you this right now because I've been wondering, and I think my theory is correct.
Like,
okay?
That's why every time I get the middle seat, it's because I'm being cheap.
Listen now, if I'm not flying with American, I'll be in somebody's middle seat trying to figure out what is happening. So that's also like, I'm like, I need to choose my seat because
exactly.
This is a lot.
It's your girls of Travel Fly Sexy.
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at Travel Fly Sexy.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, shoot us an email at info@travelflysexy.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
But also even more further to that, if you're traveling with family.
Yes, with children,
with
your partner, yeah.
And like it can be tricky now if you didn't get an opportunity to select your seat.
Yep.
And you're all scattered throughout the aircraft, and now you're asking folks to move, and they're entitled to say no.
Yeah, those families stress me out. I'm like, why are y'all doing this? And then the grandma walking back and forth because I'm just, this is too much. Why aren't y'all together?
Why
is the mom over here, one kid over here, the dad over here, two kids over here,
yes,
the grandmom and the grandma up front? So then dad and mom keep going up there. What is happening? Please. And again, I often travel by myself. Even if I'm traveling with a group, I'm fine with like, I'll see you on the airport. I'll see you when we get on. Like, don't give me anxiety with all that back and forth. You can tell when it's a family who was trying to save the money. And I get it, because family travel can be expensive.
It adds up,
but you can tell the family who's like, they're going to Disney and they was trying to save as much as possible because this is chaotic.
Definitely coming back and forth with snacks.
Y'all got sandwiches. Like, oh, I have to talk about this lady eating fried chicken on the flight. That's going to be God is known for an upcoming episode.
Oh my gosh.
Just too much. Y'all be doing a lot.
A lot and a little bit at the same time.
But I get it. You want to save the money. Next basic economy's con, one of the biggest cons for us, is you leave miles behind. So a lot of basic economy airfares do not allow you to accumulate points, miles, anything from that flight. So even if you have some type of, I got all these miles, I have a membership. If you book the basic economy with a lot of airlines, that fare type does not accumulate anything positive toward your account.
Child, when Delta introduced
that makes me sad.
When Delta introduced that, I was like, y'all gotta be kidding me. Because I knew other people were going to follow suit.
Yeah.
And granted,
American,
I know I talk stuff about American, but thank you, American.
Kept it. Yeah, American, you
for hanging on and not making that change.
Yeah.
Because that is crazy.
Yeah, they said you gotta spend money to make money, baby. I said, I feel you.
Like,
respect.
What? You can't earn miles?
They said you better spend that extra $70 if you try to make something off me.
Crazy. Yeah. That one is probably the biggest reason why I will consider the main cabin ticket, because I want my miles.
Yeah. And if you spend the extra, optimistic thought, girl math, you spend the extra money, you get more points, more miles, because it's going off the price.
They just really got you by the cojones.
But if you are close to like getting a free long distance international flight, spend that extra $70 and get all them points. Get all the miles, excuse me.
Don't leave the miles. Don't leave the miles. Please don't leave the miles.
That'd be a hurt piece though, because I've definitely taken flights where I'm like, wait. I'm like, why that? Oh. That didn't give me anything.
On the back end, you definitely be like,
I did do this. I
did choose that.
Because I'm in United, like, why? Got it.
Yup, y'all got it.
I'm why did I'm going my email and then confirmation codes? I'm like, dang.
They got you.
No miles.
Next up is upgrade availability.
Yes.
And child, yes, please upgrade my seat. Especially like both of us, we travel pretty much individually a lot of times. So we are eligible for that little, hey, who you with? You by yourself? All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But if our ticket is main cabin.
Yes.
But if your ticket is basic economy, you will not be eligible for any complimentary upgrades, regardless of your status. You won't be eligible for, exit rows. You won't be eligible for the bulkhead seats. Like the bulkhead seats, you literally will be, you get what you get.
Yeah.
Which is wild. And I know there's tall people, there's large people, there's all the people.
Large people is hilarious.
not like that.
But that was so funny. All right. I feel you, yeah. Get the main cabin,
I'm a
y'all.
horrible human. I'm not. I don't even try to be. I just was
so
saying.
funny.
Tall people, large people. Either way, you would like a little more space.
Big and tall, it's hilarious. All right, I'm a saver.
Big.
All right,
it has it. Anyway,
all right.
You better be booking main economy if you
need flexibility.
Any of those things.
Yes, absolutely. Because like even you said, the paid ones, you won't get the notification in the app of saying, oh, you can pay an extra $100 or $200 to come to first class. Like you won't even get that option when those seats open up if you are basic economy.
And I had to learn that. Like I literally had to learn that.
Like, wait, why they didn't offer me this?
I'm like, I know I got
and then you get on and see like there's empty seats. It's like, but you didn't get that option.
I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah. So that was back when I had the gold status. Now with the platinum, I got a little more flexibility, but the upgrade list still be like, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, so now you see the notification, but you're like, when they see it, it's still kind of...
No, I see. So, okay, let me clarify that. I'm platinum status with American. I can book a basic economy domestically and still get all the perks. But if I book certain fares internationally, and when I say the internationally, let me specify, beyond the Pacific or beyond the Atlantic, so Mexico and Caribbean still counts. Then the restrictions apply.
Got it.
Like you're not really getting all the little one,
That's good to know.
Unless you have a card. So I also have a card. So then I still can at least get like the included bags and things like that. Oh wow,
it's very layered.
It's so layered. This is why you listen to this podcast.
Yeah, that's
because
good to
travel
know.
Is very
especially
layered.
For those long distance hauls. You want to get those options because you're about to be on a plane for 8+ hours. So you want to at least see those options so that in that instance, definitely consider main cabin.
Exactly, yes.
When we are talking snacks and drinks and, the in-flight services, everyone gets it. Obviously, depending on the airline, you have those different first class and business class that may have different
inclusions,
exclusive offers or whatever. But when it comes to the in-flight services, pretty fair across the fare type. So everybody gets snacks, everybody gets drinks. So just going basic economy doesn't exclude you from that. And if it's an a la carte airline or a budget airline, everybody pays. Well, some people status get you free snacks and stuff with some of them, But other than that, your fare type isn't going to determine how you get treated on the flight. Let's say.
Yeah, and I mean, this list was specifically kind of thinking about the big three, if you will, in the United States, which is Delta, American, and United. Obviously, your Spirit and Frontier Airlines are dedicated to budget, and we already know it's a la carte. Regardless. When you're thinking about American and United and Delta, there's so many little nuances. So these things that we're talking about today are more applicable in their nuanced space because you already know with Spirit and Frontier, you better just pay. Just pay.
I really do be buying them snacks too.
You be buying the snacks?
I be hungry. I don't know what it is about getting on the flight. I'll be like, need a snack.
Because
you still got to get through the airport, out the airport, to the resort. I need a snack.
I'll tell you one thing. Spirit got this cup of noodles. I think I said it before.
You are killing me today.
That cup of noodles is so good.
Yo, y'all be killing me getting a cup of noodles on the plane because it literally smell like childhood. Like, what's happening?
It smell like childhood.
Like, why are y'all boiling noodles on here? This is crazy. Like, y'all know what noodles smell like. Like, not like, it's a distinctive smell. And they like are flavorful too. It's like a robust, bold, spicy flavor. I'm like, guys. One time I thought somebody bought noodles. Like I thought they had their own noodles. I'm like, why are you eating noodles on here? Then I realized, why are y'all selling noodles on here? Child, I get it because all they got is boiling water, but I get the cheese plate. Very demure.
The cheese plate is good too. Very demure. That joint with the olives.
Yeah. Yep. Thinking me every time.
Why do I know Spirit snack menu like this by heart?
Spirit and Frontier have nice little cheeseburgers.
They do, and I get them. Next up, carry-on bags.
Yeah,
carry-on bags.
Most importantly,
carry-on bags. Now, it's important to know that basic economy and your luggage inclusions are not created equal across all the airlines.
No, they vary.
They vary, which is very interesting. I'm on a roll today.
Yes.
So American Airlines and Delta Airlines,
The best. The top
period,
two.
the tops, yes. When you buy their basic economy flight, you still get your carry-on bag.
I love them for that.
We love them for that.
American gives you miles in a bag. Girl, I'm going to save every time.
Yeah. And you know, Philly is an American hub. So
yes.
we
Love
outside.
it.
But United
sucks.
baby, United said you booked what you booked. Basically, United said, we're going to take care of you when you get on this plane. Like, you won't get your little snacks and your in-flight entertainment, but
Barely.
that's it. Barely, because they forever got a connection issue up there.
Yeah, I got a flight with them soon. Not looking forward to it.
But yeah, United, you do not get a carry-on bag unless you're traveling, again, beyond the USA, Mexico, and the Caribbean.
Yep.
So like if you're headed to Paris and you book basic economy, you will still get your bag and your carry on.
Ain't nobody going long haul with United on basic economy.
I mean, yes, they are. They're doing it.
I mean, yeah. I guess if it comes with your bag, it's worth it. You're right.
Yeah. So again,
Sorry, United. Y'all just pissed me off last time I flew y'all. I got a flight with y'all soon, so hopefully you can make it up. Hopefully you hear this and know that I'm jaded.
You know, the interesting thing with United to me is like, you either have people who literally can't stand them or you have people who are huge stands of them.
I haven't met them yet.
But I do know a lot of stands.
Really?
But yes, because United, after main cabin and basic economy, they do a fantastic job in their United Polaris, their first class.
Yes, that's true. You're right.
And so typically the stands are the people who fly
Polaris
in those.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they love United Polaris down to their
them.
socks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do feel like they treat their people well.
So maybe that is where they pour their efforts because main and economy, we be over here like.
And they looking at me like, you keep flying basic economy and don't got no miles with us anyway. You're never going to have status.
they literally.
Like, true.
United is like, we are for the status holders and the status holders only.
That's true.
So that's fine. Otherwise, American and Delta will still allow you to have your bag.
Yes.
Regardless of your basic economy ticket.
Which we love.
Your
So
carry-on.
we love
I
them
should say.
down.
Your carry-on.
Yes. So you get your personal item and your carry-on.
Yes.
Next is no changes, no modifications if you're basic economy. So once you book that flight, you locked in.
Ain't no
You
switching
either
up.
going or you chalking the money.
That part.
That's it.
Yes.
There's no way around it. Is you either going or because you paid a very reasonable price, you're willing to lose that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I pitch it to my clients when it comes to basic economy fares. It's like you are committing to, I'm going, or if I got to make some changes or something, I'm just going to have to either book someone else's flight because that's always what it is. You know, it's, this person can't go anymore, but I wanted to save and it was a great price. So I booked it reasonably. And like, I'll check the flight price now, but it's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So you are either going or you are forfeiting the reasonable price that you paid.
Yeah. And I mean, it kind of, with basic economy, yes, what Jasmine said is absolutely true. There are exceptions to the rule if the airline inconveniences you.
Oh yeah, I'm going through that right now with Spirit.
Yeah.
And they just had to refund me.
So there's that. And also, of course, if it's a weather, hurricanes, things like that, that factor into you making a decision on whether or not you want to actually travel.
Yes.
Once the travel advisory is issued for the airline, regardless of your fare class, you are eligible for changes, cancellations, refunds.
Absolutely.
That's the only time. Outside of that,
No. If you just decide that you and your boyfriend beefing and you want to take your best friend now, she's gonna have to pay for her own flight.
that's just that.
That's just what it is.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, all of that kind of to say, it's like, know how you travel, know what you're capable of and what works for you, where your comfort levels lie and all of those things. Because if you know, I need some extra space in my seat. I would like to be in an earlier group. I prefer just to feel and have flexibility if I need to make a change, then main cabin.
Or I gotta big carry-on. Like, I don't know where y'all be getting them big carry-ons for and how y'all get them through the airport. They don't make you check them. But if you know you're a person who's like a overpacker or whatever, like that's, you want to get on that plane. You don't want to be the last person on the plane and now we are waiting for you because you were cheap and overpacked. So don't be that person.
Cheap is crazy.
I mean, I'm cheap.
Right.
Cheap is a compliment.
Cheap is a compliment. I love the thought process around that. Girl, man. But I also have noticed lately, Google Flights has been very, very great at being transparent upfront and letting you know what you can expect.
Absolutely.
Recently, they've added the icon symbol, which shows you whether or not a carry-on or a check bag is included in the ticket. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but that's the little things that I'm doing every day. I'm like, ooh.
Very important. Even to the point where they'll tell you how much if it's not. Like they'll give you like an estimate price or something like that.
Or they'll let you kind of like filter out now the tickets that you want. If you don't even want to see basic economy tickets in your search. Like Google Flights is literally dope as hell these days. They got so much cool things. They show you the extra fees in advance. They show you whether or not the bag is included in advance. They let you filter. They let you put the alerts on. Like, it's a great tool.
Yeah,
it
really is. Tool. Google, y'all good at everything y'all do, but y'all really killed that flight. Because, I mean, that's where I live, besides, like, Gmail and, like, Drive. But the technology in flight and the progression, like, they're always updating it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
we love it.
The little flight, that bag icon is just a few weeks old.
Yeah.
Like always on the up and up. All right, top tip when considering basic economy versus main cabin.
I would say the no changes and modifications.
Dang, you really be in my head.
It's so important. And like, I feel like I have this conversation at least once a week with clients and they're always like, oh, okay. Like, you know, quite understanding. But I want you to know without us having a conversation, you know, like I want you to know that you are signing up for this. So I want us to kind of, and that's why we did this episode. We want you to know that what comes with those lower prices. And sometimes it is, you know, more reasonable and it makes more sense to go with basic economy. I'm a basic economy kind of girl. I want to save. However, you are making sacrifices when it comes to those changes and modifications. So it is a commitment when you pay those lower prices.
Yeah. That was also mine, but I would say my follow-up tip is the seat selection. And I know it might not matter, but I think it matters more when you're traveling as a group. And if you really are gung-ho about the we need to be together thing, which I know people are. And even outside of a group, a couple. Like I had a client a few weeks ago that was like, please make sure I'm not on basic economy because I want to be able to sit next to my wife. I want to be able to make that choice.
Yeah.
Families, like we talked about earlier, you know, if it's like you got toddlers and you got grandmom, grandpa, aunt, uncle, and everybody wants to kind of be in the same area, like that kind of matters. So
definitely.
Outside of the ability to make changes, that would probably be my second one. It's like seat selection, it'd be important.
It does.
And also, you know, as travel advisors, you can definitely let us know that because we have the ability to select your seats in advance.
Oh, yeah.
To help kind of just lock you in and make sure you're set.
Yep.
Because if you didn't know, but now you know today, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next vacation experience to life.
Period. So whether we're going basic economy or main cabin, whatever your preference, visit us at travelgoddessintl.com and we are going to get you booked.
We are going to get you all set because it's what we do.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey, we know you're enjoying the episode, but we just wanted to remind you to leave us reviews.
Yes, you guys are always telling us in our DMs, messaging us, letting us know how much you love the podcast. And we're like, we love the feedback, but let's get it on paper.
Please. And of course, if you have suggestions of topics or destinations that you'd like us to cover, shoot us a DM or send us an email.
Yes. Now let's get back into the episode.
Because that's what we do. All right. It's time for the travel deal of the week. Right. Travel deal of the week, you guys, is a 6-day, 5-night trip to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I know, right?
Real fancy.
I thought that was real cute. All right. It's going to be in late February, guys. So
just around the corner.
Around the corner, but you got still a little bit of time to make a plan with round trip flights via Qatar Airways.
Oof. We talking about fare types.
You know how Qatar do it. Mm-hmm. Even if you economy, you still giving what you need to give.
Absolutely.
These flights are flying out of IAD, Washington, D.C., with 5-star hotel accommodations at the Alila Bangsar in Kuala Lumpur. All of that, $1,470 a person. And now, if you know anything about traveling to Asia, Malaysia,
those
you
flights.
know the flight itself is so darn high.
Yes.
The flight is $1,470.
Absolutely. And a Qatar flight at that.
Right. So your whole trip, 6 days and 5 nights for less than $1,500 to Malaysia?
That's nice. It's
your
a
friend-
dream destination.
I was going to say, your friends ain't been there. So if you're ready to flex,
Come on, okay.
this
I
is
ain't
that.
been there.
This is that flex. All right. So this is an exclusive travel deal. So visit our website to view the details of the deal, but become a premium member first and then view the details of the deal. Because you know that little $9 a month goes very, very far.
Yes, ma'am.
And it saves you so much. Like literally, I think I did an average. Like I was just looking at stuff earlier this year and I was like, our Goddess Globetrotters are saving an average of $723 a trip just by being a member.
That's great.
That's so great. So like literally you could book more trips.
Hello.
Because you're saving
the math.
so much money. So nevertheless, click the link in the show notes, view the details, and we'll see you in Malaysia.
Okay.
Yes. Now, do they have brunch?
I don't know.
Don't know. Don't know.
Gotta do some research.
But it's time to get brunchy.
Yes. So this week's brunch abroad is actually in Houston. It is a Black-owned spot, and it is called 𝗬𝗃𝗍𝒂𝒄𝒃𝒃. That's CUVEES, I believe. 𝗬𝗃𝒃𝒃𝒃 Culinary Creations. Very posh.
I know. It sounds awesome.
So they are, again, Black-owned. So they specialize in the Southern-style food, which we love. So it was like oxtails, red beans, and rice, which was unique for a brunch menu.
Yes,
so we
it
love
is.
to be able to get, some good food, but filling, because we going bottomless. So they do offer bottomless to pair with that Southern style food. I don't know the price exactly of the bottomless, but I know that they are like family style. So they bring the pitcher around and just keep you filled the whole time, which I enjoy.
Yeah. I like that one. Just keep it coming.
Yeah, just keep it coming. Yeah, because when they give you like a pitcher, they leave you one, then they time it. It's like,
No, keep me.
yeah,
keep
just
my
keep
glass full.
keep me full. Exactly.
You see it teeter-totter a little bit, come
Right,
back.
top it off. Right, half, top it off.
Yes.
Like that's my type of brunch, and that's also a very Black style brunch. Like I'm like Black-owned people know how to do it because they have the pitcher in the bag and it's not weak, and they just filling you up. So we love it.
Love it. Oh my goodness. All right. Last but not least, question of the day. Question of the day, Jazz. Very simple, but it's coming right on up. What's your Thanksgiving plans?
Good question. I don't know.
Dang.
I'm actually planning something for a client. So that's exciting, the weekend after Thanksgiving. But on Thanksgiving, I'll probably go to my mom and dad's house. I'm not a holiday person, which I hate because I'm only child, y'all. Y'all know I'm only child. So
That broke my heart.
I'll just be like, Christmas I do love. So I'll probably do like a Friendsmas, I'm thinking. Updates to come. But Halloween and Thanksgiving, and I just be like, let's just pass it and
Let's
get to
just
Christmas
not.
and New Year's. I don't even want to eat that food. I feel like, I don't know. We've been eating it for so many years. I'm like, let's do something different. I would like to freestyle it. When I start doing my own Thanksgiving, if I get to that point, we're not eating it.
So I'll tell you guys, we have created our own tradition on Thanksgiving because to kind of your similar point, it's played out.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for 30 plus years. We got the gist. So last year we went to, what was it called? Shima.
Oh yes, the Brazilian steakhouse.
The Brazilian steakhouse. And that was Thanksgiving.
That's cute.
And honestly, we only ended up there because we started the day at my mom's house. She started drawing. Then we went to Kyrie's grandmother's house. They was in a tussle, tizzy. We like, not our vibes. Then we went to his mom's house because his mom was supposed to be at his grandmother's house.
She didn't
go. But they got into it, so she left. So we ended up at his mom's house. Now this is 3 locations. And we didn't eat.
Oh
like,
my God.
I mean, granted, we ate food at my mom's house, but like nibbles, because my mom always starts. Like she's an early person. So she also has appetizers. So she had, and her appetizers is like, she's so black. She got crab legs for appetizers. Like she does the most. Like my mom really gets into it. But nevertheless, her mouth, I'll be like, Mom,
I'ma head on out.
I'ma head out because now you start them little couple of coolers is kicking in. I don't got time.
The coolers.
I don't have time.
Coolers are a Black Thanksgiving staple.
Okay,
You're making me happy.
You already know.
Yes.
Okay, Seagrams and Black people.
That's where you literally. That's the first drink we all had. Come on, like literally the blue one.
The blue one.
I had one like 2 weeks ago.
I cannot.
Yes, me and your mom see eye to eye.
Literally. So, anyways, we go through 3 family houses, and
no
we
food.
Still are like. It's now 4:30. We're about to go home. We're like, we gotta eat, babe. We gotta
want to be full. It's Thanksgiving.
So I literally just jump on Open Table. I see Shima. I'm like,
yes,
that would be cool.
That's a good Thanksgiving.
And it actually was amazing.
Yeah.
So now that's the new tradition. We go to a Brazilian steakhouse. We eat all we can
so you
eat.
can get full.
We had the phone propped up on the table watching football.
Oh, I love it.
And it was a thing.
Yes, that's so cute.
So that's what we will be doing this year.
The Brazilian steakhouse specifically, not just a steakhouse, because you get that
the food keeps coming.
Yes. What is it called? Ridozio?
Yeah. So that's the plan. Because I'm like, family.
Yeah. I wish I could enjoy Brazilian steakhouses more. But
why? Because you don't eat beef?
I don't eat beef. But like,
but they have salmon
pork. They have
pork
but that's
chicken.
literally like the 3 things I get when everybody else gets 12.
Well, I will make a recommendation.
I would like 12.
I'll make a recommendation of the new one in Gaucho's Prime in King of Prussia.
Okay.
They have 3 different kinds of menus.
Chicken and stuff. Okay.
So like they have like a premium menu which has way more meats, but then they have a mid menu for a lesser price which has more of the salmons, the shrimps, the chickens. It's almost as giving kind of
everybody
like
don't do that, and I love that
for you. So consider that if you want that experience, and y'all too. Now that you know.
Here we go.
Right.
What y'all doing for Thanksgiving?
What y'all doing for Thanksgiving now? Because we didn't told y'all about our families and the food,
right,
the
and
lack
tell
of food.
us the tea. Like
what's happening?
Why are you not going over the house?
Why you not going there? Right.
Sometimes you get sick of answering them same questions.
Because I definitely just gave y'all a glimpse into my world.
Like, sometimes you just don't want to deal with it.
I just don't. I protect my peace, even on Thanksgiving. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the episodes on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒊𝒂𝒄. Like, comment, share.
All the good things.
All the good stuff.
And of course, if you have a product or a service that you would like to see featured on an upcoming episode of TFS, shoot us an email, info@𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒄.com.
Yes, and be sure to check out our travel itineraries. There'll be a link in the show notes. So we have a bunch of different options for the foodies, for the shoppers, for the family-friendly destinations. So definitely browse those because they'll help you with your travel.
They will. We help you. They help you. Everybody wins.
It's a 360.
What else? Oh, leave us reviews.
Yes, please. We love your feedback.
We love your feedback, but like actually write it down on the platform.
We love that even more.
Using the review feature.
Yes.
Thank you.
And let us know if there's any episodes any topics that you want us to feature in episodes, whether it be destinations or things that, you find valuable when it comes to travel. We definitely want to hear your ideas.
For sure. And how you guys feeling about Monday audios, Wednesday videos? You rocking with us?
Y'all like it? Do y'all watch us? Do y'all listen? That's a good question.
That is a good question. We should put it in the poll.
We'll put that in a poll for a few upcoming episodes. Are you a listener or a watcher? I'm a podcast listener.
I'm definitely a listener.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sit
but
up here.
But we look cute too. So.
I was going to say, we sit up here and give y'all all the
watch
vibes.
Us as well.
For those that like to see us.
Listen first because you get it on Monday. Then watch on Wednesday.
Back and watch us.
Because that's how I like to do my podcast. I'm like, let me go see what my faves look like.
Period.
What they fits was given.
What they fits was given. Our fits be given? Oh, all right.
Bye, y'all.
All right, until next time, guys. Bye.